Hey, this is Matt Alba for the Park Sportsbook app, joined by Rich Gannon. Rich, Wildcard weekend. It's going to be an exciting weekend with games throughout. First game I want to talk about, Rich, Steelers and Chiefs on Sunday night. Now, the Chiefs are a 12.5-point favorite right now. They won 9 of their last 10, but that's a pretty big spread. Who do you like here?
Well, Matt, the last time these two teams got together was December 26th, and the game really wasn't even close. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a big day against this Pittsburgh defense. Obviously, T.J. Watt, you got to make sure you have a plan for him. Andy Reid's always done a good job with protection. And I like this Kansas City defense. It's reminiscent of the defense we saw from Steve Spagnuolo 2 years ago, a defense that has played much better in the second half of the season. I don't think this game's going to be close. I think the Chiefs win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I definitely think the Steelers, they kind of did sneak in. I know you don't want to take all that away from them, but they did. All right, next game, Eagles, Tampa Bay, 1 o'clock on Sunday. The Bucs are getting 9 points here, which feels like a lot. Now, as an Eagles fan, I have no expectations, right? If they win, awesome. If they lose, whatever. They shouldn't have really been there in the first place. That's how I feel. How do you think?
Well, I would say this, Matt. Jalen Hurts needs to take care of the football. Tom Brady doesn't need any help. And if you turn the football over, the stakes are magnified in the postseason. The key for the Eagles, obviously, is to do what they did the second half of the season and run the football. That, however, will be very difficult against one of the league's best run defense. Vita Vea inside and Ndamukong Suh, they're so difficult to move off the ball. These are big monsters inside. I think the Eagles have a tough day running the ball, and that means they have to throw it. It could be a catch-up type of game, which doesn't bode well for this Philly offense. I really like the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and now Tom Brady, he has said that Eagles Super Bowl win haunts him, but, it's not Nick Foles. It's not Doug Peterson. So had those guys still been on the team or coaching the team, it might be a little different. But do you think this is maybe a grudge game for Tom?
I don't think so. I think, there's different names and faces, and I think, Tom Brady, Matt, doesn't spend a lot of time looking in the rearview mirror. This guy is very focused on what's right in front of him, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend.
All right, Rich, next game I want to talk about, Raiders and Bengals. In Cincinnati, the Bengals are 5.5-point favorites. Now, Las Vegas is coming off a really wild overtime victory against the Chargers, which now has them running into the playoffs on a 4-game win streak. Do you think that the Bengals are able to topple the Raiders, who are also kind of hot right now?
Yeah, two teams that come in with some confidence and momentum, Matt. The last time these two teams got together was in November. The Bengals went out to Las Vegas and really got after the Raiders, and they did it with Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon had a big day. Look for him to be a big part of the game plan against the Raider defense. I think that's better against the pass than against the run. They have a good defensive line led by Max Crosby, leads the National Football League in pressures. They got to make sure they account for him. But I really like Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow's a story in this game. In big games, going back to his days as the quarterback at LSU, this guy has stepped up and answered the bell. I like the Bengals. This is it's been a Cinderella story. The last time the Bengals won a playoff game, to go all the way back until Boomer Esiason was the quarterback against the Houston Oilers. I think it was in 1990 or 91. That's how long ago it's been since the Cincinnati Bengals have won a postseason game. I look for them to do that on Saturday against my Raiders.
Yeah, I was 1 year old at the time, last time they won.